Hello, everyone. With the advent of digitalization and automation in today's businesses, there has been a surge in the business analytics. Our team is presenting a business analytics case study of Dogpool, where we will be presenting ideas by leveraging analytics to support the long-term direction of the business for its growth. Dogpool is a sole proprietorship run by a Mexican girl, Natalia Terrain, in the UK. She's passionate about the animal care who pursued her passion and converted it in a business. Dogpool is run by a private Facebook group where dogpoolers pay a regular fee to use the service. This has created a consistent income stream for the company. Natalia, the owner of the company, is interested in automating the parts of this process but is not sure how to do it. We are six members. We work together to analyze the case by providing a new and richer perspective to the dog pool business in a supportive environment to create a greater impact and presenting some ideas for innovation. We used BAM approach for our analysis where we structured and identified the situation using the rich pictures, created an understanding of the business model using business canvas, which further derives the analytics and identifies the opportunities which we did using the business simulation.
Now let's look at the current situation. Here's a rich picture about the business and a list of issues we found. Natalia, as the founder, is doing all the work. This is time-consuming and very inefficient. Although she wants to improve the situation by automating some process, she lacks certain knowledge about it. Also, as Dogpool uses Facebook as the only platform, there's a potential risk that Facebook no longer allows such business to exist. About the dog sharing, since the users communicate and pair up by themselves, the business does not have much control over it. Therefore, there are certain concerns in terms of the safety and well-being of dogs, the conflicts between clients, and the impact on the locality. From the perspective outside the business, the competition in the market is not fierce, but as the dog ownership is growing, there might be similar services entering the market, and the communities can even develop their own groups. Currently, Dogpool has no marketing activities, so the brand awareness and loyalty are not secured.
Based on the rich picture, we analyze further the current business model of Dogpool. First and foremost, in order to meet the needs and demands of both dog owners and borrowers, Dogpool provides opportunities through the created community to support and help them doing local dog sharing. Therefore, entered on this value proposition, which promotes the new lifestyle devoting to the well-being of dogs, Natalia is actually the key resource as a passionate and credible professional to be the spokesperson for her platform. However, if Natalia wants to build a longer-term trustworthy relationship with her members, it would be sensible to have a better control of the business by moving to a mobile-based IT platform, thus reducing the reliance on Facebook. In that case, she can make greater use of the key activities and partnership. And it's obvious that involving enough servers on the app could meet more customers' needs and strengthen the brand reputation, for which the specific number of servers we are going to use Excel analytics to deal with.
So when we use this model, we have designed the analytical model for this situation using Excel modeling, particularly because it will clarify the impact that the amount of servers will have on business costs and profit. With few inputs, you will be able to analyze several parameters on a monthly basis and can be extended for a longer duration. And because of the uncertainty of user demand, this model will assist in deciding the number of new servers while accounting for this fluctuation in customer demand. Making predictions regarding the number of servers involves extensive data and quantitative estimates. Excel model rescues us by arranging it in all-in and understandable format, which can assist in making informed decisions. Also, we can check the number of customers whose demand unmet and match, which is an important aspect in establishment of a business brand. So this is the dependency diagram of Service Planner. There are three key elements: server input, intermediary calculation, and output. And we can use different colors to divide them. These arrows show the relationship between different elements. In this process, given the capacity per server and demand growth, the number of new servers matters actually, because it indirectly determines the free capacity, which has a big impact on income and cost of unmet demand. So we can achieve the optimal free capacity by controlling the number of new servers and finally reach the goal of optimal user volume or maximum profit.
We have translated the dependency diagram into the Excel model. Here, you can enter the number of servers and you can see that as the servers are changing, profit, income, server cost and the cost for unmet demand gets automatically updated. You can also track how many customers Dogpool can cater and how many customers Dogpool might lose. The model also generates a data table which can be then converted into the profit chart. This chart will help you in making the server decision considering the profits. Now, from the business perspective, we will consider all the possible scenarios. The first option where Dogpool decides to install lower number of servers. This option is quite affordable. However, the income generated by Dogpool will not be sufficient enough to cover the total cost, and due to low server capacity, there is high risk of losing potential customers. Now let's increase the number of servers. The risk of losing potential customers will be comparatively lower as Dogpool will be able to cater to the demands of more customers. Further, the income generated will be sufficient enough to cover the total cost. However, there is still some scope of maximizing the profit, which brings us to the next scenario. This is the optimal range where maximum profit will be generated. This might be the best strategy for the short run, but it is important to note that there will still be some portion of customers whose demand will not be catered. If Dogpool decides to leverage its first mover advantage and capture the entire market, then number of servers need to be increased, which brings us to the last scenario. In this scenario, Dogpool decides to install a higher number of servers. Now what will happen is that Dogpool will be able to cater to all the new consumers in the market, thereby generating higher income. However, there is also a downside of higher server cost. Further, after some point, we can see that the unmet demand cost will be negligible and increasing the number of servers will mean increasing the unused capacity, which will impact our profits. Thus, it is important to consider the trade-off between the met consumer demand and the unmet consumer demand. Now let us consider the impact of demand uncertainty in a model. We can see that our scenarios and profit charts are not impacted much, but it is because our demand figures are very similar. But what if the demand goes higher or lower than forecasted figures? From the chart, we can see that if the demand goes lower than forecasted, the optimal range shifts towards left. Similarly, if the demand goes higher than forecasted, then the optimal range will shift towards right, which suggests that the model is sensitive to the demand forecast.
First of all, change the business model. We could explore the app for Dogpool rather than just rely on Facebook, which could improve the working efficiency, especially on the process of verification, and which by utilizing our service. What's more, this could help Natalia to save our time and take more activities in place. Make some creation exploring the app. So they could collect the consumer information and according to their preference to match the specific kind of dog. Also, we could have a lot of K activities. Natalia could also try on training or teaching how to take care of those dogs. For example, some dog handling skills. Dogpool could also have some cooperation with some dog-related products, or even have some sponsorship with some brands. This could have some advantage to raise their funds, and also the reputation, which need to be considered as well. Expand the customer service is very important, which can be developed by using our online or communities system, and which through setting up some forum comprised by dog lovers. Also, our function of this forum would be all of members could answer the question presented and solve out a lot of conflicts between our consumers by our administrators. More analytic could be used to predict the chance of whether they will have the lost or retained consumer in a long-term basis on the simulation from consumer behaviors and the review times. According to the improvement, we recommend about the consumer who intend to leave maybe will be retained this time.